She's got a Pop-Tart and coffee. She's ready to review some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everybody. J.K. Calloway here at Real J.K. Calloway. This is my wife, Siobhan, with a mouthful of Pop-Tart and coffee. Because she knows how to do reactions right. She's still going. We're just going to wait. We're going to wait her out. Just views and likes, just racking up.
Hi.
Wow. It's good you're in a good mood because I'm going to make you review another Wrestling with Wregret video.
Yay!
And it's reviewing the Diva search.
About time.
Your favorite thing. So are you ready for just the top cream of the crop of wrestling's treatment of women?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
I'm Noelle Foley, and you're watching Wrestling with Wregret.
You know who that is?
No.
That's Mick Foley's daughter.
I could have figured that out by the last name.
Right, but that piece is Mick Foley's daughter. Isn't that creepy? You did a good job.
She's a human being, not a piece.
No, she's a model.
Oh.
So she's not a human being. You're welcome.
You know, it's been said a lot before, but women's wrestling has really come a long way over the years. There was a time when the gals were on the same level as midgets in terms of respect, but little by little, bit by bit, ladies in professional wrestling are finally getting their due. No longer confined to being just the sideshow or the piss break match, women's wrestling today is stronger and more popular now on a global level than it's ever been before, and we can partly thank the women of Glow for making that possible. No, really.
Yeah.
Now, in no way am I claiming that Glow is solely responsible for the evolution of the genre, but it's hard to argue they didn't have a role in it. Before Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, nobody in America had done an all-female wrestling show. In other promotions, ladies were the side attraction. Here, women were the norm. The characters were loud and over the top, so they demanded your attention. Though it was just as silly as its spiritual successors like WoW and Wrestlicious, I tend to give Glow a pass because it was the original. It was the first to try the idea, and it clearly made an impact. The Glow series drops on Netflix tomorrow, and I'm of two minds on the matter. I saw the trailer right after watching the 2012 documentary, which might have been a mistake. Based on what I saw in the trailer, I fear this could be an adaptation in name only. The name's the same, but the key players appear to be wildly different.
Yeah.
Can they do that? Could the creators get away with telling the story of Glow in a completely different manner than what many know happened? I guess it isn't the first time a TV adaptation has varied wildly from its source material, and given who's behind this project, it's not a surprise. Maybe it just means more to me because wrestling is my passion. Even though I enjoy seeing it presented in the mainstream, it means a lot more to me to see them get it right. But no matter how the series ends up being, I consider the show to be the ultimate validation for all the content Glow made decades ago.
But yeah, it was very much in name only.
I say thank you. You may be misunderstood by some, but the impact of your work is still being felt today. And thank God your hard work was not completely undone by the Diva search. The WWE Diva search was a competition that ran for 5 years, both on television and on their website. In what I could best describe as Miss America meets Jerry Springer meets a donkey show, dozens of ladies with zero wrestling experience sauntered on and off the stage of Monday Night Raw over the years, all vying for a chance to become WWE's newest star. It was a show within a show that created tons of memorable moments, but for all the wrong reasons. But hey, at least it made better use of their contestants than the guys' version over on SmackDown. Now, as I mentioned, this contest ran for a few years, but honestly, not all are equal in terms of absurdity, so I thought it would make sense to focus on the biggest year, the most memorable year, the most outrageous year. I want to talk about the very first year of the Diva search. So, here we go. The first WWE Diva search was a live online contest that took place in the summer of 2003. The winner of the very first Diva search was Canadian fitness model Jamie Cope. Cope did not receive a talent contract, but rather appeared in a photo shoot for WWE Magazine. And that was the first year of the Diva search. I hope you enjoyed this romp through memory lane. Ho, what amazing fun times we had. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you like it, comment below, subscribe to Wrestling with Wregret, and buy the t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.
Hello? Sorry. I'll never say no to coffee. That's fine. I'm inside. Sounds good. Bye. I'm getting a free latte. Sorry.
You answered the phone.
I thought it was Jim.
And then you looked and it wasn't Jim. And you answered the phone.
Right.
Wow. You're such a dick.
Why would... She never calls. Like, it's always text. Something could have been wrong.
She had an extra coffee.
I didn't know that that's what she was calling about.
I guess we're going to pause now. Because she has to go get free coffee. Because we didn't set up this time for anything. And she got her coffee. Jerk. I'll just answer this phone in the middle of filming. This is why you're not an actress.
She never calls.
Mm-hmm.
It's always text. If it was a text, I would have let it be.
Okay.
Calls mean emergencies.
So do you remember where we are? You just reviewed Diva Search.
The first
he's
year,
done now.
and he's done now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's not the one you want. You want the first year that was on television, so... Bleh. So yeah, the 2004 Diva Search, the one that really started it all. By my recollection, the first real sign that, hey, maybe not everything about the late 90s has aged well. It all began that summer when thousands of hot ladies submitted their applications. These women were fighting for a once-in-a-lifetime chance at a WWE contract worth $250,000, which must have made all the actual female workers who are no doubt making far less feel great. Now, in the beginning, the company said they wanted to present things here in a classy manner. Whether that intention fell by the wayside almost immediately, or they just lied to us, or they have no idea what the word classy actually means, you'll find here the following events were anything but. From the thousands who applied, it was whittled down to 28 on the Diva Search casting special. Judges Edge, Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, and Triple H grilled these semifinalists as if this were the most high-stakes edition of the dating show of all time.
Would I make out in public?
With me, that's
With
correct.
you? Randy, I'll make out with you right now.
When you think about how everything else on Raw was being booked at the
You
time,
love Randy
I'm kind
Orton.
of surprised Triple H didn't win the whole enchilada right at the beginning. On a mid-July episode of Raw, fans were officially introduced to the 10 finalists during a special edition of Chris Jericho's highlight reel. Here's something that confused me the first time I watched this. Two of the finalists from this year were a pair of twins. Not only that, they had prior TV experience as part of the Juggy Dance squad from The Man Show. It was the closest thing they had to mainstream crossover appeal. So why on earth did they keep the twins separate in the lineup? I guess having them next to each other would have created some kind of unfair advantage. Maybe they put them on opposite ends for the sake of symmetry? Ooh, I wonder if the Bella twins and their backstage politics played a role several years before they got signed. Jericho fooled the girls into trashing GM Eric Bischoff.
That's kinda weird. Why wouldn't you promote them as a package deal?
Somewhere inside. There wasn't one, of course, but before we found that out, we got several minutes of girls giggling and making a mess, and in one woman's case, falling out of her clothes. Then they got yelled at by Bischoff and couldn't stop laughing about it.
Oh, you think you're funny?
No, you
You
seriously.
trying to make a joke?
No.
The Diva Search stuff would take up multiple segments each week. Often it was an elimination, followed by a skit or competition, with a final curtain call later in the show.
Here's the Raw Diva contestants in bikini! Bikini, JR!
Well, that could have gone without saying. Like, why bother pointing that out? Can you imagine how weird it would have sounded if he said anything else? Here's the Raw Diva contestants in pantsuits. Here's the Raw Diva contestants walking their dogs. Here's the Raw Diva contestants writing their senior theses. This week, fans were asked to vote for which lady they wanted to see stick around. The woman with the fewest votes would get eliminated the next week. The first event took place during week 2, when the ladies had to try
Couple
and
worked
seduce a
out.
former
You'll split.
WWE superstar. And just who's behind that Kurt? Of course.
Who's that? Who's the girl?
Don't know.
Michelle McCool. Ended up
It's
marrying
more
the
agonizing than I
Undertaker.
remember it being.
And
now, seeing
being a
this just
decent
once
worker.
was bad enough, but we had to endure this crap 9 times in a row. Couldn't one of these women just given him a live chicken or a bowling ball or a recording contract and call it good? A couple of weeks later, the remaining Wanna Divas had to sell you ice cream. How is that supposed to be a challenge? This is taking place in August. Ice cream sells itself. I would buy ice cream from a rabid double amputee Ewok, but somehow these women made it seem like a really difficult task.
See that.
This is my favorite ice cream.
Carmella.
This
Not that Carmella.
I was gonna
Did
say.
someone fail to tell Carmella she's trying to win a talent contest? You know, for people with talent.
Are you looking for something sweet and spicy? Well, she's not that spicy, but sugar and spice with everything nice.
Yeah, good save. Forget ice cream. Homegirl needs some Ritalin. Classy. The following Sunday, all the women except for Carmella got a pay-per-view payday as they went up against 6 established WWE divas in a dodgeball match at SummerSlam. And they actually destroyed the workers as Team Diva Search won the shoot dodgeball game after only one elimination. Talk about a huge blow to the wrestlers. These rookies are already stealing your airtime by slapping Kamala's belly and rubbing ice cream all over their breasts. Now they're beating you in a game of dodgeball on pay-per-view, and one of them's going to make a shitload more money than some of you combined? I don't even have a punchline. That just sucks. The next night on Raw, the gals were asked to explain who they thought should be eliminated next, and every single one of them called out Carmella, except for Carmella. Apparently she had the worst attitude of the bunch, and wasn't competing, quote, for the right reasons. She even no-showed the dodgeball match from SummerSlam, which I guess I can understand the heat. I mean, it's her one job. But Carmella dodged the bullet for another week, as Michelle McCool wound up getting the axe. Her consolation prize was to eventually marry The Undertaker, so I guess things worked out. On August 23rd in Anaheim, the finalists were out in the ring for yet another challenge, when suddenly...
Everybody wants it!
Aw, yeah, The Rock's arrived. He was fully into his Hollywood run, but he occasionally showed up on Raw whenever they were in SoCal or Miami. Now, at this point, whenever The Rock made a special appearance, that was appointment television, the kind of thing where you call your friends up to tell them to watch the show. But in this case, you'd be better off telling them to do the opposite.
They don't want to see you eat ice cream. No. They want to see you eat. Uh-oh, hi.
The Rock announced he'd be hosting a pie eating contest. Each woman had 20 seconds to do their thing. And while Amy Weber and Maria Kanellis actually got the gist of what the hell this is about, the others weren't so lucky.
Look at that. Get a shot of that.
Ew.
Stop it.
That's not sexy. That's psychotic.
Yeah.
From the mundane to the insane, everyone got a chance to awkwardly pose with pie until it was finally Christy Hemi's turn.
As you guys can see, my butt's hungry. It's been munching my panties all night, so I'm gonna have to feed it.
Classy.
What?
Do you know how good The Rock is at talking, at holding a crowd's attention? He's good. He is very good. Now, some people might think his promo skills are a bit overrated, but that man has some of the best improvisational skills I have ever seen in a wrestler before or since him. He has a swagger and a charisma about him that cannot be matched. I have seen him walk into struggling segments and make them enjoyable, sometimes even great, but not this one, man. Not this one. Oh, he tried his damnedest to get this over, but there he was, sweating like a whore in church, while 5 beautiful women looked stone-faced into the camera, rubbing pie on themselves or sitting in it. I feel like I'm watching some avant-garde German student film. What is this? It's neither wrestling or entertainment, so anyone willing to guess? Now, in a competition full of dumb segments, the pie eating contest definitely took the well, you know. But the very next week, this endless parade of bikinis finally reached its crescendo.
We're gonna have a little contest we like to call Diss the Diva.
Haha, yes, Diss the Diva. The point in which WWE and everyone watching that night reached a collective state of nirvana. They gave 4 chatty women a live mic and carte blanche to say whatever was on their minds. I can't wait. Where do I sign up to watch this?
Carmella, you talk a lot of you got a gap so wide you can drive a truck right through there, baby.
This was some of the raunchiest stuff I'd ever seen in wrestling. Not even the height of the Sable-Jacqueline feud was this profanity-laced. It was so bad the censors couldn't keep up with them. If you took 1/20th of this segment and put it on Raw today, WWE would shut down in disgrace. Just listen to some of this.
And Carmella, you're a f***ing gutter slut. Yeah, shake that fat ass. Shake that fat ass. Having a cock in your has nothing to do with wrestling, bitch.
That's dissing, King.
Who won the diss-off? Who cares? At least it was interesting. A few more weeks went by, and finally we reached the end. Our 2 finalists were Christy, who was more hyped than Mojo Rawley, and Carmella, who had all the charisma of a bucket of wet toast. Before the winner was announced, women's champion Trish Stratus gave them one last pep talk.
Maybe you can turn it down a little, buy yourself some decaf. Maybe you can buy yourself, I don't know, a personality?
Stop. Okay. Why even bother going another sentence after that line? There's no more suspense. You could have opened up an Ultimate Warrior-sized trapdoor under Carmella and given Christy the prize money right then and there. Knowing that Vince McMahon had the final say as to what Trish said on the mic, is there any question where that line came from and why she was allowed to say it? Sure, Christy was annoying, but Carmella was boring, flat out, and boring will lose every time.
Christy, you are the winner of $250,000.
So there you go. Christy Hemme, the exuberant redhead with the hungry butt, won the whole thing and became $250,000 richer. They managed to stretch out the rivalry between Christy and Carmella out to another few weeks, with Carmella continuing her role as a terminally bland villain, but was eventually let go. Whether or not her release had anything to do with her court case involving a bar fight with her boyfriend's mistress is anyone's guess. And that was the 2004 Raw Divas search. The concept lasted for several more years after this, far more than it deserved, but none were as memorable or as awkward or as bawdy as the first go-around. When it was all said and done, I guess you could argue they picked the right woman to win the thing. Compared to Carmella, at least Christy seemed genuinely excited to be there and to learn. But just think of all the time they wasted with those inane competitions. By doing this show, WWE did the unthinkable and made a flock of beautiful women totally boring. At some point between looking through modeling catalogs for his next signees, apparently the VP of Talent Relations forgot you actually need personality to make it in pro wrestling. The Diva search was dumb, but by God, they made the most of what they were given, as over the years, more than a dozen competitors would go on to be signed by WWE in varying roles. Candice Michelle's one of the Diva search's biggest success stories, and she didn't even make it past the original casting special. Even though these women leapfrogged others who actually toiled in the indies before getting signed, many of them worked hard to keep their spots. Over time, Christy Hemme, Michelle McCool, Layla El, Maria Kanellis, Eve Torres, and others would carve out their own legacies in WWE and elsewhere. And while some might complain these women didn't get into professional wrestling the right way, whatever that means, the more I think about it, these women's stories really line up with that of the women of Glow. Nearly every one of the cast was an aspiring model or actress looking to get involved in Hollywood, and they felt the Glow was their ticket in. Ivory got her start there, and she's one of the most respected veterans of her era. Her success,
going in the Hall of Fame this year.
Diva Search competitors who made names for themselves, are living proof that being given opportunities is one thing. It's what you do with them that counts. But decades from now, if someone tries to make a TV adaptation of the Diva Search, oh, I'm all for them cutting out the dumb crap and trying to make things look respectable. But please, keep Diss the Diva. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you like it, comment below, subscribe to Wrestling with Wregret, and buy the t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time. For real.
Sha-la-la-la, tell that girl what's what, call her a gutter slut, you're gonna diss the girl. Sha-la-la-la, take
Someone made a song out of it.
rub it in your eyes and then you'll diss the girl. Sha-la-la-la, they'll think you a mint after a real short stint, once you diss the girl.
We don't own The Little Mermaid? How do we not own The Little Mermaid?
We don't.
That's not right.
I was looking for it. I look for it every once in a while, but I always forget.
That's weird.
I agree.
It's a failure on our part.
It is a failure on our part.
So there you go. I think the women have gotten better
Thankfully.
and shown in a better light.
Yes.
There will never be another bra and panties match, which is excellent, right?
That is excellent.
Would you like to see one? Would you like to see Bailey in bra and panties match?
No.
I think.
I wouldn't mind seeing.
Well, no, they could make that funny
Valor
if
in
she
his
wears like a
boxers.
onesie. That'd be actually kind of funny. Damn it! Book that match. That'd be really funny.
No, I'll see Baylor.
Bailey versus Finn Balor.
Balor in his
Oh,
boxers.
don't. Bailey versus Finn Balor. Bra and panties match.
Will Balor be in his boxers?
Maybe even boxer briefs. Mm.
Now we're talking.
I am, man. Are you enjoying your coffee that you got by surprise by answering your phone during filming?
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I'm enjoying it.
I'm so glad you could interrupt our filming for something that you don't really like that much.
Mm.
It makes me so happy.
It's coffee.
Yeah, free stuff always tastes better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I married you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Oh, man, you just fell into that one. That was beautiful. Thank you for that. My name is J.K. Calloway. This is Siobhan.
Mm-hmm.
With our free coffee and interruptions. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.